Hi guys, and welcome to the How to Lose Fat Quickly segment of this course. In this topic, I'm going to break down the science behind how to lose fat. Losing fat is also something people are confused about, like I've spoken about in my previous segment about how to build muscle. And there's a lot of different things and different opinions being said of how to lose it quickly and different strategies, but I'm just going to break it down plain and simple for you guys so you understand the exact process for how to lose fat and how to lose it quickly if you're looking to get into great shape. Right, now the first step on how to lose fat is pretty simple. You've got to be able to calculate your calorie intake. It takes 3,500 calories to lose 1 pound of fat. That's a fat, guys. So if you're looking to lose, for example, let's say 2 pounds of fat per week, then the treadmills, it's not going to cut it for you guys. You've got to be doing vigorous exercise as well. Um, you need to be doing a combination of things, not just exercise and calculating calories, but you need to be doing exercise that contains resistance training, cardiovascular training, combined with obviously a well-structured diet plan, which we'll go into now. So moving more specifically onto the diet side of things, you need to find out what your calorie intake should be through calculations that you can get online, like working out your macronutrient intake. It's all free online. There's loads of different websites, and further down into the course, I'll show you how to do that. The basis of this is so that you can figure out how your body needs, what your body needs to maintain weight, and then from there you can start cutting the amount of calories you take in. So normally cutting about 500 calories per day will result in a total of 3,500 calories less per week, which would help you reaching a goal of losing 1 pound of fat per week. Like I said before, you have to combine this with your training, and training is very important. But this is equally just as important, if not more important, guys. If you're not calculating your calories and what your body needs to maintain weight and what your body needs to lose weight, then you're wasting your time. You can train as much as you want, but unless you've got this down to a T, you're not going to be able to lose fat as quick as you want to. If anything, you might be doing the opposite. You might have the opposite effect. You might be eating too much unless you calculate it. You can't just go off guessing, guys, from what you've been eating. You've got to calculate it. Right, so moving on to training, this is just equally as important. Like I said, you need to be training insane or remain the same. It's that simple. It's my favorite saying: train insane or remain the same. Too many people just expect to lose like significant amounts of weight by just being in a calorie deficit, which is a negative way of thinking. You need to be working multiple muscle groups out vigorously to help shred that fat if you're looking to get in phenomenal shape. Um, for example, like here's an example. A bicep curl versus a preacher curl. So a standing bicep curl versus a preacher curl. The difference is between an isolate movement and a compound movement. All right. So in a preacher curl, you're predominantly just working out your bicep. It's an isolated movement. It's specifically to target your biceps. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but if you compare it to a standing bicep curl, this standing bicep curl requires you to work your biceps as well as keeping your core tight to maintain balance, pulling your shoulders back and keeping your legs slightly bent. This is called a compound movement. A compound movement is something that works out several muscle groups at once. So if you're looking to lose fat, the best bet is to do compound exercises. I'm not saying isolates are bad. I'm just saying it's simple science. The more muscle groups you engage in, the more calories you burn. It's plain and simple. So if you're looking to shred fat quicker than just casually just being on a calorie deficit, obviously one, you've got to work out, and two, if you're working out, make sure you're doing exercises that will benefit you even more. So stay away from the isolates. You can do them, but make sure you get the fundamentals in, the compound movements in, that work out multiple muscle groups and help you burn that fat and sweat more. Now lastly, the last point into losing fat quickly, I'm going to talk about the main thing you need to lose. You need to lose your negative attitude. That's one thing, and combine that with consistency. You've got a winner there, guys. Like, nothing takes place of hard work and consistency. You must be consistent in order to achieve your goals. And if you're going to start dieting and training, but then stop after 1 week, then there's no point in fooling yourself, guys. You need to have your head in the game. Losing fat consistently is a tough mental battle. It's very hard. It's very what's the word? It's very demanding on the body, and there's always been moments when I've been on a diet, and you feel lethargic, and you feel like you're not getting enough food. You feel hungry. You feel like you want to eat that chocolate bar, but you've got to never give up. You've got to keep track of what you're doing, guys, and remember the end goal of what you want. Here, set goals. Keep track of what you're doing, and never give up, guys. They're my three most important points that you need to stick to. So make sure you keep prepared throughout your diet plan and your workouts, and you're onto a winner to losing fat quickly.